Cam, Don. Cam.
Cam.
Can Cam do it?
I will say I don't hate Ted Ginn.
You're listening to Let's Talk Fantasy Football, where men of fantasy genius have realized, hey guys, we don't need real football skills to dominate on the fantasy field. Yeah. So slap on your pads and grab your helmet. Shit's about to get real.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Let's Talk Fantasy Football. I am your host once again, as you probably figured out from the last podcast, Vinny Gonzalez, and I'm here with Don, making this the Voncast. We're on part 2 of the third podcast, so it's Voncast 3, part 2, again, The Reckoning. And I'm here with Don. What's up, dude?
Yo.
Oh, shit, that totally cut out. I didn't even hear you.
Oh, I'm cutting out still?
I just heard it real quick. I saw your mouth move, and then that's all I got for you. So that's good enough for me, Don. Probably good enough for everybody.
Wow,
so
wow.
We'll never know what you said. That's it.
Whatever.
He gave me nothing to work with. So actually getting cut out was better than your yo. So we'll just
it's debatable.
Yeah, we'll set the tone for this podcast real quick.
I'll set your tone.
Oh, yes, you will, Don. Yes, you will. Because we are cruising right on into part 2 of the Week 13 preview. Wrapping up the 1 o'clocks, hitting the 4s, and then the primetime games, which include the Bengals, which is bad and good because I like to watch them, but they're bad in primetime. And they're also playing the Steelers. So I'll cry about that the last 5 minutes of the podcast when that's the last game we'll hit. So don't worry about it. We talked about the last podcast, Don. Season's almost done. Week 13 must win for a lot of people. So we're going to try and help out a lot because this is crunch time, dude. It's not for us, but crunch time for other people.
Yeah. It is a crunch time. It's finals are tomorrow, and I need to stay up all night to study and possibly pass.
Yes. So if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably going to lose, but we'll hook you up with some good stuff. Try to, at least. But before we get into the exciting stuff of the remaining games, which are, pretty interesting. There's some storylines on most of them, which are pretty cool. We're going to give a quick shout out to BenchBoss because they are the revolutionary app that allows you to play fantasy football live while watching the game on TV. Predict the plays, the results of the play, and literally play fantasy football. You can sign up for the beta now by going to letstalkfantasyfootball.com/benchboss. Guys, go do that immediately. BenchBoss rules. And then shameless plug for yours truly, LTFF. You can like and subscribe to us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, and we're on Alexa, which is tons of fun, totally cool. Get your news, stats, all that good shit. It's all fantastic.
And review me.
Oh, I didn't even say that in the last one. Yes,
Review
Don. Yes, review Don. How good does he look? How good do you think he looks? Yeah, 5-star that man. 5-star the podcast, whatever. It's the same thing. Don is the podcast. He's a 5-star man. No comment, Don, at all. Nothing, just 5 stars.
I didn't even cut out. There's nothing
enjoying
for me to say other than stars are bust, really. I mean, stars here, especially for me.
Yes, totally stunned by my praise.
We'll find a way to delete the review.
Find a way. We'll delete that show. You got to hijack Shrek's account, break in, and delete everything. And take it from the inside.
We're not really that tech savvy. Normally, we rely on Shrek for a lot of it, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's called Google for a reason, right?
Yeah, we can figure it. Yeah, we got
it.
Hey,
we're on Alexa. Alexa can help us out.
She might.
Help the rest delete this horrible review.
Make it a positive one. Tell Alexa to leave reviews for the Don. If that's possible. I don't know. Might be years behind that, Don, but either way, we're hopping into...
Or years ahead.
Or years ahead, that's right. Anyway, let's hop into the games because we tried to make this... we said this was going to be a quick one, and already we're fucking way off topic. So.
And 50% of the listeners have already turned this off.
Oh, yeah, it's done. So we're down to Shrek, Matt, and Walsh. So what's up, guys? And we're hopping into the Texans.
Matt probably turned this off already.
Yeah, it's true. So we're down to 2. Maybe. Maybe 2. So
It's on a shift or not.
yeah. Either way, he probably won't listen either. So we're really down to 1. Just Walsh. Faithful listener, Walsh.
Appreciate you, Walsh.
He's a good boy. Texans at Titans, Don. Not a lot to like in this one, but there are definitely people that will be played regardless because they have name value. So I'd like to address that situation right now. Marcus Mariota should not be played anymore. Matchup is good, but he has just not been good. So I would fail to see the reasoning behind playing him. I'm having a tough time. Like I'd rather stick with Dak than play Mariota.
That's arguable.
Well, what would you do then?
He's got neither. There's better options. We've talked so much about it.
Neither.
I will never be in that position. Mariota's been probably a top 3 bust for me this year on expectation and excitement. I was excited to see Mariota really turn that corner of becoming really good. And that's not what we've seen.
Did not happen. It's kind of
another exciting team that we thought was going to be exciting. I think it was the Giants, the Raiders, and the Tennessee Titans, and they all really failed. There was a lot of people to be loaded on these teams, a lot of different weapons, a lot of fun, and they've all sucked.
I was going to say super comparable to the Bucs in like more ways than one. Like you have the quarterback that you're developing for the future in Jameis Winston, Mariota, and they draft at the same time 1 and 2. They're both leading teams that are supposed to be explosive, have a lot of names around them, and it's fallen flat, very flat. And the Titans are a shocking 7-4, which is fucking mind blowing. I don't know. Their schedule must have been very soft.
I know. They're a division leader right now.
Yeah, they're fucking in it, which makes no sense because they're not a good team. And it's, shown through in the fantasy realm as well. But yeah, they just do not look like a good team when they're out there. Barely beat the Colts last week. I don't know. This is going to be a tough game too because, the Texans blow, but it's going to be a tough one for them. And I don't like Mariota at all anymore. Shifting over to DeMarco Murray, another name guy I think a lot of people are still playing. It's a guy I would roll out there and hate myself because he has been terrible. And my nightmare, he's been ceding carries to Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
I'm in a league where I have DeMarco Murray. I'm in a playoff race in a 12-team league. And it's a whole bunch of solid players, no real standout stud. And I have to roll DeMarco Murray every week, and I just kind of hope for the best.
Honestly,
he does okay.
That's worked. People forget he's involved, which is crazy. But he's been
and there's nothing I can do.
He's been falling off.
Yeah, it is what it is. There's sometimes where he just has that really great game. I'm like, cool, and there's sometimes where he doesn't really do much. I'm just like, see you next week, DeMarco.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, just roll him out, and it makes the whole situation sucks too because you can't play Derrick Henry despite his his unknown workload because it could be 15 carries, it could be 9. So I stay away from it and we'll focus on next year, guys. We'll hit the Derrick Henry train, and if you want to be that guy that said, "Oh, I had him like 3 years in a row," like congratulations, man, you probably had terrible weeks, like whatever.
Yeah, I hope he's in like a keeper league.
Relevant, yeah.
He's
that's the only time I would accept
keeper league guy that will. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But yes, that is the running back situation. Rashard Matthews had a good matchup last week, was a scratch with that hamstring. He's still sitting out with that, and I don't know at this point. It's probably going to be game time. It's a nice matchup, but again, I just hate the pass-catching options for Mariota pretty much because he's been so down. So I don't know. If you have to play any of them, if he's active, I guess you could play Matthews. Corey Davis, man, you know what you're getting now. He hasn't had a breakout really since I don't even know if he's really had one technically week 1 or 2.
Yeah, he had actually a decent start and then he got hurt and then
right, but nothing.
It's almost like the Tajay Sharp of last year where Tajay Sharp
exactly.
was like, this guy's going to do really good and Davis could still possibly be on, but I don't know. It's so late in the season. I mean, are you really going to be plugging him in week 14? Probably not. So maybe cut your losses on him. I'm not playing him. The only person I'm really playing pass catching wise is I'm cool with playing Delaney Walker still. Delaney Walker, even if he doesn't have a great fantasy game from you, he's always still getting a lot of targets from Mariota. He's always the Mariota to throw to, and he has produced very fantasy weeks for you. Nothing too insane, but he is Mariota's guy to go to in his safety net. So I think Delaney Walker is just hope for the best. Hope for a 10 to 12 point performance, and you're good with that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Don. We were talking about on the last podcast, if he's the guy like you would just roll out and not stream because it's that line. Like he's
very Kyle Rudolph-esque.
Yes, they're towing the same line. So keep him in there. I agree. Roll Delaney Walker. We'll shift it over to the Texans. They're a fucking mess, and I feel so bad because they could have been Super Bowl level contenders, but they are the exact opposite right now, looking real shitty. Got Tom Savage at the helm, and rumors of his benching are, circulating, and there's a good chance we could see TJ Yates if he throws even just one pick or fumbles or anything bad, because, man, the Bengal killer himself might be back.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't know if it affects too much. I think they kind of stay on the same, like obviously anything would be better than Tom Savage because, he's towing the line of mediocrity big time. And it shouldn't really affect Hopkins. They'll probably still force feed him. You're not really playing Fuller if he's active. Yeah. Ellington, not a play. Braxton Miller, don't play him. Lamar Miller, if he's working out that groin. Yeah. If he's working out the groin injury and he's okay, logs a couple practices, you're fine. Alfred Blue, don't pick him up. He's not even worth a start if Miller's inactive.
I forgot that he was on the team till
he has been on
this Monday. I'm like Alfred Blue is still on the Houston Texans.
Dude, he's been on the Texans for 15 years, and I think they've existed for 13.
75 running backs in that league and on that team.
Yeah,
Did he start with Andre Johnson on that team?
Yeah, I think so. I have no idea. Absolutely not. But it feels like he's been there since day one.
40-year-old, always the backup running back.
Yeah, he should get the jersey and the ring of the Texan Stadium. Just Alfred Blue.
His jersey is going to be retired there.
He was a guy who played football.
Running back of all.
Yeah, definitely not worth the pickup. Don't waste your time. Andre Ellington will maybe be active after being, picked up on waivers. Don't worry about any of that shit.
No.
CJ Fedorowicz still looks like he's concussed out there, so I wouldn't bother playing him. And that's it. We're wrapping this up. Don, I'll let you take the first one. Who you got?
I'm actually going to go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take the Texans. Savage gets benched in the first quarter. TJ Yates wins. That is how it's going to happen.
I like
Shift it right over. Staying in the AFC South. Colts at Jaguars. This is it could be better. I don't know. I'm not too excited for it.
Coughlin's just singing to Eli, "Come on over, baby." Come on, Eli. I will jag off in your Jaguars jersey.
Wow. I enjoyed that more than you know, Don. That was fantastic. So, you don't like Blake Bortles then, Don? He's not doing it for you anymore? Because he's kind of streamable. He's more streamable than fucking Gino.
He's going to throw some picks, even against the Colts.
He hasn't thrown a lot of picks this year, dude.
I'm not playing Blake Bortles. I would play Eli Manning, though, if he was on the Jaguars.
I guess I agree with that bizarro world.
I would
scenario, Don,
in an Eli Manning Jaguars jersey for a week straight, without a doubt.
That is just, God, what a pipe
amazing
dream. Yeah, it would be cool, and they'd probably win the Super Bowl.
I would be okay with it if it wasn't. If Packers were not in contention, I'd be very cool with it.
Don, whatever. We talked about
always in contention, bro.
Just shut up. All right, so Blake Bortles out. Leonard Fournette logging his first full practice in weeks.
Yes.
Should be a complete go. Colts are awful at stopping the run. Rock Fournette as you would. People should still own Ivory and Yeldon. I think they're fine owns because anything can happen in the playoffs, and now is the time to handcuff. So if they're still out there, maybe stash them just in case, because we've seen Ivory get work. We've seen Yeldon get work even in games where Fournette is active. So just keep that in mind for playoffs if you're in the stash business.
But I think Leonard Fournette's very due for this game, and I think he's going to have a good one.
I agree. I think he gets back to that. Give me 20 carries, I'll get my touchdown, and then yardage.
I think he's still
let it happen.
97 yards per game rushing.
Yeah, as he should.
Yeah,
just a couple, and missed a week or two, so that's totally fine, man. He is really good on a mediocre team.
Yeah,
on offense, definitely not defense. That's elite as shit. Pass catchers, I think you could get away with playing Marquise Lee. I'm not excited about it. I don't love it, but the matchup warrants flex consideration.
I mean, besides last week against
we got Patrick Peterson.
Right? Besides last week, the previous 5 games, he was getting almost 10 targets per game.
Yeah.
So that's something to look at.
Definitely. And, so Lee, I think we can agree is, flex to wide receiver 3 territory. Allen Hurns, nah. D.D. Westbrook, nah.
No.
Yeah. Mercedes Lewis, no. Not a good. Don't do that. As much as I like him, it feels like he's been on the Jaguars as long as Alfred Blue's been a Texan.
Oh, 100%. I was playing Mercedes Lewis our first year in League Awesome.
That's fuck. And he's been in the league a long time.
This is our 8th season, and he was not a rook, so he's been around.
Yeah, good for him, man. But don't play him. We'll shift it over. Jacoby Brissett, probably going to have a rough time against the Jaguars. They didn't have a good time. They got shut out the last time these two teams met. Temper expectations for all Colts. I would say sit everybody except for Jack Doyle.
What do you think about Frank Gore this week? And I'm not talking about obviously he's not a breakout guy, but he's actually Frank Floor that we always talk about.
Yeah, he's been flooring it.
And if they're not going to have a pass game, is Frank Gore any type of consideration?
No, because when they don't have a pass game, their rush game is going to get stuffed by the defense, and then they're going to have to pass anyway, so he's going to be a victim of game script big time, and there's not going to be a whole lot of action to go around. So I think I understand what you're saying, Don. If you need, let's say it's PPR or something, and you need, because he can catch a ball or two, maybe minimum 7, 8 points. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility for Gore. So if you're really shot at running back, sure. Which I think you actually are. You're
in our league,
probably doing
so this. In between Ajayi, Frank Gore, James White, AP as my second running back.
That is running back hell.
Too, yeah. So
I don't envy you, Don. That's for sure. But I mean, if you needed me to back you up on that one, that's where I stand. That's where I stand on that. So what do you think of Jack Doyle? He's the only guy I would play.
I play Jack Doyle.
Yeah, it's the only matchup that's good against the Jags is the tight end, and that's been ringing true.
Right.
Exactly, and the outsides are obviously shut down by Boye and Ramsey there, so that is where the action will go.
That's your homie, right?
Oh, Ramsey?
Yeah.
Nah, he was a dick to my dude AJ Green. Not being polite while he's getting choked out. What a dick. No, I like him.
I really respect AJ Green, but I fucking loved that whole Jalen Ramsey shit because he owned up to every single thing that he did. He didn't even sugarcoat or say nah, I didn't do anything. He was like, yeah, I told AJ Green he's a bitch and he sucks.
He's like, yeah, I'm a real piece of shit. And then AJ Green wanted his street cred back, and he got it. He just choked a dude in a football game. It was great. Yeah,
twice. And then threw a flurry of punches on the ground.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb. Whatever with the helmet, but
that is what it is.
I don't know how I would react if I wanted to punch someone.
The only guy in the league to throw get suspended at all. So
because he's AJ Green, dude. He's been such a good boy since he got in the league, and he's been on the Bengals, who are just animal dirtbags. He's owed that. He was owed that blow up, and I'm willing to let it pass, and the league did too. So I'm not alone.
Spend every single Bengal, right?
Exactly. Burfict's got to, log a couple, 3 minimum for the year. What a sack of shit. Anyway, I'm going to take the Jaguars in this game.
Oh, yeah, I'm jagging off real hard on this game.
Nice. As you are one to do. So, Don, I've laid this out perfectly. We go from jagging on. We did in the last podcast, we hit every single division, every single matchup actually in the NFC North. Now you get to jag off, and then you get to bolt
up, dude. I'm excited.
Browns come to town.
Fill up, dude.
Against the Chargers here. This starts the 4:00 slate here. We get the Browns visiting to the team that they beat for their only win last year. Great storyline. And that's pretty much all we got because I think the Browns are going to get lit up regardless. I don't think –
yeah.
I think all right, honestly, they've been okay off the bye. They really have not been bad. They were okay before the bye when they went to London.
No, Phillip wants playoffs bad.
I mean, Phillip's going to sling. That's besides the point.
He's going to sling. I'm so excited.
Big time.
I've never been excited to watch a Browns game. Phillip destroy 11 team.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath on the Chargers side, but I think the Browns will be annoying for like the half, and then the Chargers will pull away in the third and fourth because the Browns have been hanging in. They obviously want their win. They're
the Chargers are a second half team anyway.
That is true. Yeah, so they'll pull away. Yeah, because in that Thanksgiving game, what was it, 9-0? Yeah, they didn't have a kicker.
Was it 9-0? I don't know. It was really
it was bad. It might have been
6.
It might have been 6-0. Yeah, and the Chargers just put up like what, fucking 40 almost. So
he went off. That second half was absurd.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Chargers definitely, like we said, Phillip, fucking 100% start.
We actually had a reader question about playing Phillip or Drew Brees, and I actually have Drew Brees and Phillip in a league, my PPR league, and I am playing the shit out of Phillip this week over Drew Brees.
Oh yeah, no contest. Brees has been very disappointing. So anyway,
he's been good. He's not getting the touchdown passes because of Kamara and Ingram. So
yeah, the team has been stellar, but yeah, Drew Brees, no contest, fucking.
So you're playing if you have Phillip, or I picked him up in a league like a few weeks ago in that A-team league actually, and it's been great.
Good for you, Don. I'm glad it's turning around for you in that.
Closing me down with Phillip, you know. Oh no, there's no turning around. I did put up a league high though. Yeah, week high, but
good for you, man. That's amazing.
I appreciate that. I'm 2-9 in that league still, but it's good.
Holy shit, that is sad.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
But yeah, Chargers all the way. So Phillip definitely, Melvin Gordon definitely. For sneaky people, you can get away with the Austin Eckler play, mainly because if this game gets away, which I think a lot of people are expecting it to, he'll, get some carries. And he might have to do it all in the fourth quarter when, they're up by a couple. But you know what you're doing if you're playing Eckler. So Shrek has been doing that and getting away with it. I'm eager to see if he does it this game because – just because. I just want to see what happens. He's very lucky boy. And then, of course, Keenan Allen, play him. Tyrell Williams might be a sneaky play too because Allen is probably going to draw McCourty, and Mike Williams is out.
Yep.
So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
I don't know if I'm like Tyrell, but it's possible.
Would you rather take a flyer on Travis Benjamin? Maybe.
I might go with Travis Benjamin over. We got to remember Travis Benjamin was an old Brown too. So
revenge game narrative, love it, Don. It's perfect.
Revenge game on the Browns, but he's thankful he's on San Diego.
Exactly. And then
there's a touchdown.
Boom, 30-yarder. Yeah, 30. What was 80? It's Travis Benjamin here, and then. Hunter Henry.
Double H. I liked it this week, actually.
Yeah, I do too, just because the Browns are so bad against the tight end. They will almost certainly let up a touchdown to one of these fellas. And we haven't seen Gates since week 1, or actually week 2 is when he broke the record. It'd be really funny if you played Hunter Henry. Well, I guess it wouldn't be funny, but Antonio Gates catches like a bullshit touchdown.
That would be extremely frustrating. That's not funny at any sense if you play that.
I like Antonio Gates, so it's funny to me.
I like Antonio Gates too. But if you're playing Hunter Henry and you see Antonio,
Oh no, I'd break everything in my house. That would be
100%.
awful. Yeah, definitely Hunter Henry play there. Don't play Gates. I was just fooling. But well, I guess that's it there. Shifted over to the Browns.
Only one guy to really talk. Oh, two guys, I'd say.
Which ones are you thinking? I mean, let's just talk about the fucking elephant in the room and talk about the one and only Josh Gordon.
Did you read on that post I put? Barstool posted on it, obviously. But
I read a real article, not just Barstool.
Yeah. They take it off of the source.
Yeah, the actual source. But dude, oh my god, his life was
unreal. That's a very surreal thing to read. It's just like, wow, this guy went through some crazy shit.
Yeah,
lived a crazy life.
Yeah, he's a freak athlete who was just like, I like to drink and sell drugs. And he just
did it all in between playing football, like literally during playing football.
At the highest level his entire life. And he's just been like.
Which makes me believe, though, a guy that's out of the league for like 3 years is going to come back and probably still kick ass.
Yeah, I think he'll be good. I just like, all right.
I'm not going to say it's going to be this week.
Yeah, I think. All right, let's lay out the situation. If you have been holding him, you're playing him. If you don't play him, you're a piece of shit. Because why would you hold him for this long? We talk about this all the time when you pick up guys who you stashed, and now it's time to play the stash. You play him. There's no question.
I don't know. I've stashed him. I don't know if I'm playing him in a few leagues. But
Don, I think if you stashed him, you play him. Because, dude, there's.
Are you playing him over?
Don't get into that. It doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense, Don. It's just if you stashed him, you play him.
Okay, you have.
Nope. If you stash them, you have trouble anyway.
That's crazy, though.
That's what I said. None of it makes sense.
All right. So I've got.
No, I don't care. It's dude. You play them.
All right. So I don't have these people. I'm going to give a scenario of you have 4 receivers. You have
no. It's because Don. I'm going to give a logical answer.
Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon, and Juju Smith-Schuster. You can only play 2.
Well, all right. So Landry's locked up with Harris, so I kind of don't want to play him anyway. And then Juju might not play. So that's a terrible question, Don.
So then Josh Gordon.
I guess, yeah. You're making my point here, man.
That was random, dude. That's not on my team.
Play Josh Gordon. If you stashed him, you're an asshole anyway. You might as well be an asshole and lose or win. Trying to glean some other fantasy stuff out of here. Corey Coleman, you could definitely play still, I think, regardless of Josh Gordon being active, because he is the number one for the Browns. He has been for 2 years. He just has to be out there and healthy, and he is right now. So he's getting the targets. He'll hit a big one eventually.
I'm going to drop what I just read here, and I didn't know. But Chargers are 4th in the league in receiving yards allowed per game to opposing receivers, and they've only allowed 2 wide receivers to catch a touchdown since week 6.
That's because they sacked the shit out of the quarterback.
Yeah, Ingram and Bosa are great.
Yeah. Which is why I wanted to turn it around actually to the run game, Don, because you know me. I've had Crowell since the start of the season. I'm going to roll him out there.
The week I told you to play him, though.
Yeah, but that didn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't know what you lost by, but.
No, I didn't. I mean, I lost by a lot, but it was like the difference between the guy I was going to play. It was like minimal. But regardless, Chargers still give up a ton of yardage. They're very soft in the run game. It depends on what you think the game script is going to be. I think the Browns hang a little bit, at least for the half, and Crowell's been a little better, and I think he'll get something going, at least something like a startable week at minimum, and then you kind of, you hope for the blow up, but I don't know. I'm sure, Don, you don't want to play him.
I'm okay with it.
Chargers gave up almost 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, I'm okay. I didn't say I was against it.
Okay. I'm talking myself into it too. So I don't mean to be, in your face about it, but I kind of have to be at this point.
Well, Don, you're definitely disagreeing with me, right?
You piece of shit.
No, definitely not. I'm okay with it. I'm okay if you have to play Crowell. I'm okay with you if you want to play Duke Johnson too.
Yeah, Duke Johnson's definitely a play. He's always a play because he is the one guy who's game script agnostic.
Yeah.
To bring in a famous word that Walsh has used on the podcast.
Yeah, the Chargers are not good with
pass catching running back.
So that would be good time to play Duke. So I'm cool with playing them both.
Yeah. So yeah, we got some value out of the Browns finally. It only took till week 13, but we got it. Don, who do you got? I would imagine. Can I just sweep it?
Bolt up, dude.
Yeah, let's bolt the fuck up. Philip goes nuts. Rams, Cardinals, NFC West showdown. This is pretty big, actually, for the Rams, since they dropped that one to Minnesota. And in terms of the NFC race, we touched on Jared Goff a bit. I think he's a good play. I know you mentioned before that the Cardinals are a little tough on the quarterback. Not necessarily true. They kind of get beat up. It's mainly Patrick Peterson keeping them afloat in those stats. And anywhere else on the field, they're getting rocked. So I think Goff is a fine start. He's been ripping it up.
Yeah, he's in my top 3 streamers for sure.
Yeah. I don't even think he's a streamer anymore for most people. I don't know.
I've seen him in a few leagues, and he's still a streamer. So
yeah, it's true. He is an he got picked up and dropped like a couple of times.
You would be surprised on who are streamers. So
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, actually, I think you're right. He's probably half owned in a lot of leagues. So check your waivers because he's a great start. And obviously Todd Gurley. Play Todd Gurley. He's fucking amazing.
You don't sit him.
Yeah, he shredded the Cardinals too in that London game too. So should be fine. I don't love Sammy Watkins anymore. He was great last week because Lattimore was out. Obviously got a chance to beat up on a missing secondary piece. He draws Patrick Peterson, I'm sure, and it will be pretty rough. So he's a safe sit. The guy I'm targeting and starting big time, Cooper Kupp, who also might be on some waiver wires.
We talked about Cooper Kupp last week too.
Yep, and he did great.
Yeah, like we said. So Cooper Kupp's a play.
Yeah, with Patrick Peterson
Woods being out and all that.
Woods
was being out and all that. So I think Cooper Kupp is a safe play for sure.
Woods being gone, and definitely Cooper Kupp is a play for sure. Don, interesting stat: Tavon Austin.
Oh God,
3 catches, -1 yard. I just thought that shit was funny.
It is funny.
He's unbelievable, man. He's an unbelievable talent. You can't say otherwise. He is otherworldly.
The most overpaid player in the league,
possibly of all time. When we actually no,
he got like a basketball player, an NBA player contract to suck.
He got so much money. Like we freaked out about, not even freaked out, but like Mohamed Sanu and Marvin Jones left the Bengals and both got pretty stout contracts. And, fucking Tavon Austin, almost beat them by $10 million in this deal. So set that into perspective and God damn it. Another blown call by me on Tavon, but fuck that. No tight ends we're playing. And that's it. We'll wrap it up to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert looks great. I had never thought I'd say that.
I didn't even think Blaine Gabbert really played that horrible last year for the 49ers, though.
He did not. I think they were just like, he's not the future. And you know what? The Cardinals may have lucked themselves into a future here, which is odd to say too, because Blaine Gabbert has been okay, just beat up the Jags, which is nuts. And Palmer's future is uncertain. So we might be looking at Gabbert. It's, obviously a tough division, but we're obviously, trying to project throughout years and years.
Yeah, it's probably Gabbert's best receiving core he's ever dealt with between Fitzgerald and the Browns and all that. So,
oh yeah, for sure. But much respect to Gabbert getting it done. Good for him. But you do not play him here in this matchup.
Better streamers to play.
Absolutely. AP Don, your boy, no practice with the neck. I'm sure he'll go, but just something to monitor.
Yeah, he's in my mix of I don't know what the fuck to do. So I would rather not play him.
Agreed. Yeah, Rams are pretty tough against the run too when they're not guarding against Kamara and Ingram. And the only other running back on their team right now, since Kerwin Williams cracked his ribs, is Bronson Hill, who just got activated from who knows, whatever, their practice squad or whatever. So if AP goes, he gets all the work. If he doesn't, I guess this character will, who might be a daily pickup guy.
This character.
He's the
guy on Madden that doesn't have a picture.
Yeah, he's got the black outline, the mystery face. And then when you play him in the game, he has like no pigment. It's just like this weird in between, like looking like a Simpsons character. Pass catchers. Larry Fitzgerald must play always. Yeah. Keep rolling out Fitz. Jerron Brown will be active. Do not play him. John Brown might not be active. Doesn't matter either way. And then JJ Nelson.
Don't play the Browns.
Yeah, don't play any of them. Don, we have to talk about Ricky Seals-Jones.
And I'm not playing him either.
Yeah, I'm not either. His snap count's super low. Touchdowns have been fluky, even though he looks miraculous when he catches them.
His name is fluky.
His name is cool.
Ricky Seals-Jones.
You think it'll just drift into the abyss with the other guys who have caught 2 touchdowns?
Yeah. See you later.
I'm with you. And also, like, Jermaine Gresham's not dead, which is why I think this is even more fluky. Like, this could easily go Gresham's way as well. So this has been a very weird 2-game stretch. And if you didn't catch the wave last week, don't try and catch it this one because you'll get rocked. Do not do it. That's it for this one, Don. Who do you have?
Going the Rams.
Yeah, I am too. I'm not trying to be sneaky, although
cute.
Yeah, not getting cute on here. I think Goff will sling, get it done. Gurley has a big game. He gets it done. And then we'll get it done because we're about to close out this half of the podcast on. Here, a quick break from BenchBoss, and then we're going to wrap this up with the last 4 games. Coming right back.
This year, dominate your friends with free play-by-play fantasy football from BenchBoss. BenchBoss is the first play-by-play fantasy football game where you must think like the players and coaches on the field as you predict the outcome of every play. Earn rewards as you compete against friends and fans across the country. BenchBoss is currently recruiting beta testers, and we need you. Visit benchboss.tv to learn more and sign up today.
And welcome back, guys. That was BenchBoss. Go check them out. They're excellent. Me and Don are here. We're going to wrap out the last 4 games on the Week 13 slate. Hopefully, if you've been hanging around, we've been able to help you out a little bit. If not, fuck you. It's the Voncast, as we say.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Touching on our heartstrings, Don. Touching on that makes no sense. Tugging.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll hit the Giants at Raiders with the very sad Eli Manning benching. I felt for him.
Tugging on the heartstring or a blessing in disguise because he's about to jag off with Tommy Coughlin, baby.
That is probably not going to happen. I'd be shocked if the Giants released him. He is that's not going to happen. It sucks, but it's not going to happen.
Who knows? You never would have thought that he'd be benched either, right?
Well, I don't know. That's kind of been a rumor since like the season when since they've been doing so bad. Absolutely.
That he has to reevaluate it. He just got buy-in by the owner. We're talking about a head coach that we thought was going to get fired midseason, even though Giants never fire a coach midseason when they lost to the 49ers. He just got buy-in from his GM and owner to bench a franchise quarterback that has not only won 2 Super Bowls, but has started 210 games straight.
Yes. Well, did you say win or started? He started. He's definitely not won 2.
A win streak. No, he won 2 Super Bowls. He started 210 games straight.
So, yeah, I mean, it's sad. We definitely don't like the Giants. We have no sympathy for them, but it was,
I feel, dude, I love the Manning dude.
Yeah, I felt bad, man. It was weird. And, it's, obviously we live in the New York area. It was very hypocritical, the shit that I heard at work. Like, everyone is very quick to talk shit about Eli, regardless of his play. And then, the second he gets benched, you don't know what quarterback. Yeah, exactly. What a bunch of you fucking hypocritical assholes. You get what you deserve. You're a very jerky fan base. You guys are a bunch of dicks. No, they are done. It is what it is. If you like your quarterback, you like him. It's a very sad situation all around, but I have no sympathy for the fans who talk shit about him all season, saying they should see what they got, and then he gets benched and they freak out. Let's put it that way.
Now, here's my hot take, and who knows? But we've all been under the assumption that McAdoo is gone, right?
He's fucking gone.
But to get this buy-in from your ownership and your GM, does that mean possibly not?
I heard it was all his call, and since he's the head coach,
it's not all his call. Mm-hmm. You can't make that call to the owner saying, "I'm going to sit your Jason Garrett can't even do that with Jerry Jones. Hey, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna. He can't. He almost played Tony Romo almost over half the season through with Dak Prescott going crazy because Jerry Jones wanted to play Tony Romo with Dak Prescott playing how great he was.
Yeah,
you're telling me a 2-9 head coach with Mr. Mara is gonna.
I think they're kind of ripping the Band-Aid. I think they're one.
We're gonna back the head coach that we're gonna fire.
They're gonna let
our quarterback that's been here since 2004.
No, they're gonna let McAdoo dig his own grave. Is what they're letting him do. And Eli was probably
in the meantime, make Eli Manning go through all that.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing, man. Because
that's absurd.
It is absurd, but that's what's happening. I
don't know. I'm going to give a hot take that McAdoo doesn't get fired.
Fuck that. He's
very hot take that he's not getting fired.
That is a hot take. That's
I said it's a hot take.
It's the hottest take of the season, Don. But before we get too sentimental here on the Giants and Eli, it is it's important to talk about though because I think since I started watching football, Eli has been part of the NFL.
Eli has been since what, 8th grade?
Yeah, I mean
for us or going into fresh. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Oh yeah, 2004, 2003.
2004 he came in and
yep, yeah, okay, yeah.
So I think it's been a long time.
He's a big part of
what he started his 05 season maybe, I don't know. No, 04. So yeah,
rocking time with
we were just little 8th graders.
Yep. So
fantasy wasn't even twinkling our eye.
Nope. It is a very important thing to talk about. Eli Manning. Sad to see you go, but the sad reality is Geno Smith is now going to be starting this game against the Raiders. And
which I also feel bad about.
Yeah, I feel bad for Geno too because
Geno Smith has he's go and play for a New York team that everyone's pissed off.
Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him around, and
he's going back to just like he was the Jets. I don't think he's very good, but he also didn't get a fair try in the sense that he had no one around him. He has no one around him for this game either. He's got no linemen. He's got no receivers besides like a good tight end Evan Ingram and like whatever Sterling Shepard. He's throwing to what? King and Roger Lewis and Tavares King.
Yep.
That's what you're going to go into after they're benching their best or their franchise QB since 2004. Right. Good luck, dude.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's why I'm not starting him like Walsh is about to do.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why Walsh would, just because the Raiders are so bad.
They're bad. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And
but I can't do that.
Yeah, obviously a lot hinges on. I know you touched on him real quick, but Evan Ingram must start either way. I think he's been too good to bench. Well, not even.
He's another star.
Yeah, he's just like the target monster there. I didn't mean too good to bench because he's been okay as of late, but he's the one guy catching targets consistently.
He's the only consistent Giant.
Absolutely. Shepard, I have not heard anything about his migraine thing. I'm sure he'll be like a game time or they'll clear him before Sunday, but dude, he might not even want to play. He might just say, "Oh, my head hurts. I don't want to fucking be out there."
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that running game. Darkwa, whatever. You could play him, you could not. I mean, the matchup's good. They're going to have to run him to start the game anyway. So
yeah, I think Darkwa could be a possible play with everything that's going on. They're like, let's feed him just a little bit more.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, I think if you've been rocking him and you don't have better options, Darkwa on the upside of volume being like 15 to 18 to 20, and just that the Raiders defense is bad, and that's all you got basically for the Giants there. We'll touch on the Raiders side real quick. Derek Carr, we briefly mentioned him as like a would you rather stream Derek Carr, and I think he's kind of bottom of the barrel for me. He's in the Matt Ryan zone with he's got the name, he's got the team, but it's just they barely break 20 points a week, so it's rough. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not playing Derek Carr. I mean, it's favorable that Janoris Jenkins is out with ankle.
Lucky him.
But you got Michael Crabtree that's out. And is Amari Cooper out?
Well, Amari has to fight through 1 concussion protocol and 2 sprained ankle. So I'd be pretty shocked if he went. So
so does that open up Jared Cook?
Oh, Jared Cook is the number 1 option there immediately. And then the number 2 who will be I lean Seth Roberts because he bumps up to wide receiver 1 for them. And I like Seth Roberts. In a weird way, he's always been a guy I like who – zone too. So it's his value's still kind of there.
And no George Jenkins, so that opens that up too.
Yeah, so Seth Roberts I like a lot. If you're picking up one of these guys, them being Seth Roberts, Patterson, and Johnny Holton, I don't think Johnny Holton should be owned. He's kind of – Walsh actually did this perfectly. Holton will catch like that deep ball. Patterson will catch it at the line of scrimmage and take it to the house. And then Roberts might be the PPR start for you.
Right.
But out of those three guys, they'll all take a backseat to Jared Cook, who I think, obviously going against the Giants is the best matchup you can hope for. So Jared Cook I love. Roberts I like the next most, and then Patterson after that.
Yeah.
Cool. Who you got, Don?
Well, you want to talk about Marshawn Lynch?
Oh, Jesus, I keep fucking doing that. Yeah, I guess.
You don't like running backs, man.
No, I don't. I just keep skipping right over because we talk about the quarterback and it rolls right in. I'm stupid. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Don? Is
this a safe play against the Giants?
I mean, they're such a disaster like the Giants.
They're allowing over 130 yards of rushing per game.
It's just
on the road.
It's just how much do you trust the Raiders to give Lynch the ball? They did it last week a ton.
I'm cool with their receivers being hurt. I'm very cool with Marshawn Lynch this week.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely a heady start, so you can definitely keep rolling him out there. The only thing
all the dysfunction on the Giants and everything else, you don't even know what the team morale's been bad as has been. Now they got all this shit going on. They haven't been good on the road as it is against the rushing. This is a great time, and Raiders like, hey, we're hurt, and we got Michael Crabtree out. Let's give Marshawn the ball now.
Yeah, they might pound away. That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But just to my point, I feel like they might spread it around a bit because I don't think all of a sudden they want to keep feeding Marshawn 20-plus carries when they haven't done that all season, although they might have been saving it for now. So that almost confuses me more, which is wild. I don't understand. So that's why I fear it, Don. That's why I'm scared.
I am feeling that Marshawn's more safe than you think. So I like Marshawn Lynch if you have him play him.
I like the gut check, Don. I'll go with the guts on that one. I panic.
I mean, there was a little bit of stats in there too, but
sprinkled on top. But the gut check is there. Should I sweep it for the Raiders, Don?
Yeah. I'm going to go with a Raider win.
Me too.
There you go, Walshy.
Yeah, good for you, Walsh, who definitely wants – I don't know. Do you think Walsh wants the Raiders to win more or see Geno do well?
He wants to see Geno Smith do well and the Raiders win.
It's an unexpected shootout.
Yeah,
wow.
Which I've definitely done that quite a few times with Packer games and
I'm
players.
sure you have, Don.
Why don't you do really good and Packers just still win?
Fucking buy a sack of shit.
It is what it be, man. No, I never root against. I'll always take Packers over fantasy any day.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. Rocking right along. This is a crazy game.
This is a fun game.
This is a fun game, dude. Panthers at Saints. It's not hyperbole. It's just fucking massive, crazy, huge for the entire division down there in the NFC South. This is everything. If the Saints win this game, it is massive because I think they lock down the division almost. And if the Panthers don't win this game, they're out pretty much because the rest of the NFC South is playing each other.
And they're at the Superdome too.
I know that's the problem, but yeah, like I said, the whole NFC South plays each other. Well, no, I mean the Panthers' problem is what I meant. So let's start with I guess the hometown here, Don. Saints. We got Drew Brees. Do you think he does well? I know we touched on him a tiny bit.
I mean, Panthers defense has been
great,
solid. Yeah,
they've been great.
And Drew Brees has been consistent, but at a fantasy standpoint, he's not getting the touchdown passes which is obviously if you're a Michael Thomas owner, it hurts because Alvin Kamara and my God, why
Mark
Ingram, yeah, they've really been taking the touchdown away from them.
Yeah,
they've been scoring all the touchdowns. So it's been like an Alvin Kamara, a Mark Ingram show, which Drew Brees. It's been more of a game management type thing. But it's I'm not going to throw a touchdown. We're going to run this down everyone's throat with our 1-2 punch. So I think Drew Brees is a start if you have him, unless, like, in my situation, I have a Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers situation.
Rivers.
Not a lot of people have that, but I'm going Rivers over Drew Brees. But other than that, if you have Drew Brees, I think he's okay to play. I don't think you have to, even with the streamers, although unless you have someone on your bench that you can drop, I'm still not going to go a Case Keenum or McCown. I think I'm still going Brees. But I think he finishes in the probably top 10 to 12 for QB for you this week.
That's not a bad spot. I like that take. It's just like you said, they run it so much and the pass opportunities just aren't there. Like you said, Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara must plays every single week. Michael Thomas must play every single week.
But to make you feel better, it is the Superdome, and Drew Brees is a superhuman in the Superdome.
That is true. Yeah, had his best games there for sure. But the only three guys outside of Brees, Ingram, Kamara, Thomas, that's it. I don't feel like getting cute on Ted Ginn. Willie Snead is a dead person. Kobe Fleener is in the concussion protocol. Fuck that. Jump right over to the Panthers. Cam, Don. Cam. Can Cam do it?
I will say I don't hate Ted Ginn, by the way.
I don't love it, though. The matchups actually
it's
Robbie Anderson just torched him.
Yeah, I'm okay with Ted Ginn if you have to. I'm not
you got to be real desperate.
Yeah, but all you need is one nice deep pass from Drew Brees for that touchdown.
I know what you need there, Don.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not just about you. It's about maybe our listeners.
That's true. I'm being selfish. I'll never be a piece of shit again, Don. I'm sorry.
That's debatable.
Yeah, I'm about to be a piece of shit right now.
Let's go back to Cam.
Yeah, Cam. I'd rather start Cam than Drew Brees.
I can't. I hate that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It's not.
But I don't think anyone's in that position where they're picking Cam or Brees.
It's not the shittiest position, but yeah. Notes for the Saints side on defense: Marshawn Lattimore and Ken Crawley are both returning to practice, so that could shake things up a tad. I just think Cam, they're fighting for a playoff spot. Absolutely. So I think they're going to unleash Cam. He'll get rushing yards. He'll do the Cam stuff. So I think he's a safe play. Christian McCaffrey, no practice with his shoulder, but yeah, if he's active,
he's playing.
They probably just gave him a rest. So definitely play McCaffrey. Stewart never play. Just don't.
No.
Devin Funchess
is a play.
Yeah, he is, but no practice. He's got that toe injury. He played through it against the Jets. He caught every single pass for the wide receiver core of the Panthers. He is absolutely the only dude to play. Russell Shepard is complete bust, rock hands, whatever. Has not been great. The only really mystery here, Don, is Greg Olsen. No practice with the foot injury. I'm assuming they're just keeping him healthy to see if he can go. Whether he's going to be a decoy or what, I don't know. I just know that he's not a safe play, and you should probably seek other options, which is a bummer.
Don't play Greg Olsen. Let's hit the wheel on that one.
Yeah, it's a real bummer.
Keep him on your bench, and hopefully he stays healthy. But that's you're wheeling and dealing on that one.
He's a hold for sure. So he might be able to help you on the playoffs. But I do not want to see what he's going to do on re-injuring his foot. So that is very problematic there. Don, I'm going to take the Saints in a super, super close one.
Yeah, I want to go Saints too. I'm going Saints.
Yeah. This will probably end on a last-minute Will Lutz field goal. Man, it's going to be a great game.
That's cool. I got Will Lutz in a few leagues.
I love him. He's my best fantasy player.
I have in all my leagues Greg Zoerlein or Will Lutz, and they saved me in a lot of leagues.
You crushed the kicking game, Don.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice pickups.
By the way, kicking game is a little bit more valuable than most think. So
it's actually, shockingly true.
100%.
But, yeah, we don't want to admit
past
that.
2 seasons, that's probably the only thing that's kept me alive in a few leagues.
Sad, but totally true. Probably for me too. Yeah, definitely.
Find the things that people don't pay attention to and be really good at that. Find your niche. Mine is kicking.
Definitely kicking. My kicker gets 7 to 10 points a game. If I'm lucky, 14.
Greg Z, man. He's almost my top scorer almost every week.
I wasn't kidding. Will Lutz is my best player.
Yeah, no, they're good. Yeah, I know. Thank God.
Absolutely. Praise God. Eagles at Seahawks. This is a Sunday night game.
Too, yeah.
Everybody, this should be very fun. I still think the Eagles are going to go to town, but Russell Wilson always keeps things interesting. I guess let's do the Eagles first. This should be pretty easy. Carson Wentz must play every week. He's been unbelievable. The only thing that's kind of weird, I mean, obviously they'll be playing for like a bye or home field advantage, but they could lock up the division if the Redskins win, I believe. No.
If they lose?
I forget what has to happen. I'm an idiot. But anyway, the Thursday night game will affect this game a tad.
All right, guys, Google that because Vinny doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, I just completely fucked that up. I don't remember. It does have implications. They can lock up the division. So running back situation, Don, I know you're heavily invested in Jay Ajayi, but it's a three-headed monster between Ajayi, Blunt, and Clement.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you do? I don't want to play anybody at all.
I'm in a very big pickle. I was heavily invested in Jay Ajayi earlier this season. Was hoping for a revival with Jay Ajayi of the Philly. Was scared too because even though Jay Ajayi had like 2 good weeks with Philly, like they were off of like huge runs.
Random.
But again, last week he also had another huge run, but he fumbled that where Nelson Aguilar picked it up.
Yep.
But again, still, he can't keep breaking out this one big run. So I'm worried. I still probably am going to have to play him anyway because other than that, it's Frank Gore, AP, or James White for me in the league. I have Jay Ajayi, so I'm a little worried. In that case, I don't know. It depends on who's on your bench. If you can sit Jay Ajayi, I would.
Yes, I completely agree.
If not, it's kind of like hope for the fucking best. Yeah, that's really what I got on him. I mean, Seattle's front is still always tough. I know that their secondary's hurting, but
yeah,
they still have a good front. And this more. If I had to put my money on anything, I think LeGarrette Blount is still the safest of running backs right now in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing in the world to say, Don. I think you're totally right. You totally got that. Like you said about the Seattle's front, like that's all they got right now. That's all they're only good at the run right now, and they are getting beat up in the pass game. That's why I like Alshon Jeffrey. I like Aguilar. I think they're both goes. Monitor Jeffrey. He didn't practice with a foot thing, but that might be a rest kind of deal. Also, Jeffrey's been kind of the banged up wide receiver for his whole career anyway.
Yeah.
Monitor it. He'll be fine. Zach Ertz, definitely a must-play. Fantastic matchup. He might have every Carson Wentz touchdown, actually.
Zach Ertz is a fantastic play every week.
He is so good.
Yeah. I really wish I got on that train this year because he is a fun player to watch, too. So
yeah, he's a very good player. Absolutely.
Good. Yeah, Carson Wentz, Zach Ertz plays is a lot of fun this year. If you have that stack, that's awesome.
Amazing. Russell Wilson, he might be running for his life this game against that Eagles defense, which is terrifying right now, but he is going to make plays as Russell Wilson is one to do. I think he's a great play because I think the Seahawks get behind pretty early and have to, do Russell Wilson magic stuff to keep in the game. That's why I also like Doug Baldwin, Jimmy Graham. I don't like any of the running backs. Like I don't even want to talk about them.
What about Paul Richardson?
I know I do like Richardson. He falls into that category of
wide receiver 4?
Yeah, like panic flex, wide receiver 4 territory for me. He's been, when Baldwin struggles or they just don't have him in the game plan for whatever reason, they go to Richardson.
Yeah.
Which, isn't too bad because, they rarely have a wide receiver 2, which is crazy.
Yep.
The Seahawks are a very odd team, very hard to read, but that's
very tough.
Yeah, how we're doing it. Doug Baldwin must play. Jimmy Graham must play. Richardson, you can flex. Running backs, Rawls, Lacey, McKissick, fucking Mike Davis, Chris Carson. Fuck them all. They're toast. This front of the Eagles you cannot run on them, so it doesn't matter. And the Seahawks couldn't run on a good team that is vulnerable to the run. It's just not going to happen.
So a bad team.
That's what I meant, yes.
Yeah,
a good matchup is what I meant to say.
We're deep into this cast. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm running out of steam.
And he's nervous. The Steelers and Bengals are next, so.
Joking. Yeah, Don, who do you got?
I'm going Philly, man. Hot hand Philly.
Yeah, I think it'll be very close. I think the Seahawks will bring it close at the fourth quarter or something, but Eagles definitely take it. Over to the last matchup, Monday night, my Bengals enjoying a visit from the Steelers. I have low expectations for fantasy points and overall fun for people that aren't fans of both teams, but I think it's going to be a slugfest. And I think it's going to be fun to watch, very close for me. So I have very mild fantasy expectations. I think really we'll hit on the Bengals because I want to first. Dalton, terrible in primetime. Don't play Dalton. You already know that, everybody.
He's only a QB1 in 4 out of his 18 primetime starts.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I've seen all of them, man. I've lived it.
That is
actually, that's probably where a lot of the Andy Dalton hate comes from, is because he's been so bad in primetime, and that's probably where a lot of everybody sees him, and he's not that bad, but he's definitely really bad in primetime. That is a fact. It's sad.
He's not good.
He's definitely not good.
That's less than 33% right there. That's less than 25%.
You're throwing too many stats at me, Don. I'm not ready for this shit.
No, that's just drunk, semi-mediocre math.
Ooh, well done then, Don. Joe Mixon.
Below the surface analysis, Walsh.
That was good. I like that.
Thanks, man. I came up with those stats myself.
Why don't you give the same kind of evaluation on Joe Mixon, Don? He just had his big breakout game.
I don't know what to give you on Joe Mixon, dude. Yeah, against Cleveland, which was a good play. I don't think you have enough to sit him against Pittsburgh, but it's like,
yeah, I think they could use him in both the passing and running game, and I think if you have him, you have to play him. Yes, I agree. He should be a play. I think the way that the Packers use Jamal Williams will be the same way that Mixon is used against the Steelers here.
Definitely.
And he definitely should be if the Bengals hope to win this game at all, because they got nothing else. Gio is hanging around, but whatever.
Right.
AJ Green must start. Steelers D, pretty good against the pass, but AJ should be fine, obviously.
You're not sitting AJ.
Yeah, tough ass matchup, clearly, but they've been a little beatable in the last couple of weeks. So hopefully Green sneaks in some kind of monster game here. It all depends on Dalton, to be honest.
Yeah.
You're not playing anybody else, even though they have a crazy wide receiver core.
So Tyler Kroft is someone that's been touchdown dependent, and I talked about him maybe in the podcast before.
Don't do it.
I'm rescinding towards it. Yeah, they've only allowed 2 touchdowns for tight ends. So Tyler Kroft, who's been someone that's been touchdown dependent, but in the past,
he's putting it lightly. He's touchdown dependent.
The past 3 games, he's only had 6 catches and 30 yards, so it's very touchdown dependent. And Pittsburgh's most likely not going to let him score.
Yeah. So, also, Kroft has been coasting on great matchups, and we've talked about him every week because of that. And now this is a bad matchup. Yeah, you don't want to play him. And yeah, that wraps up the Bengals, man. You could tell I'm super excited for that. So the one thing on the Steelers side, Ben Roethlisberger, I think he's a safe sit, especially after going off 4 touchdowns at home the last 2 weeks. Doesn't play well against the Bengals. Definitely does not play well against them when he visits. Just because that's typical.
I think he's okay.
He's not, Don. Bengals defense will stifle this. They do the best out of any team in the league against Antonio Brown as well. I don't want to say temper your expectations because he's still the best and you're playing him anyway, but that's the reality of the situation. Is it's a close division game. Going to be very tooth and nail. So
it's going to be gritty. And lots of penalties, lots of perfect camera shots. Oh, my God. The Steelers, it might as well be like a prison war. Between the Steelers
Visiting the Bengals is kind of like, going to a prison yard.
It's like all the jail cells doors open up and they all just come out and beat the shit out of each other. Pillowcases full of who knows what.
Pac-Man Jones and Perfect just beating up Roethlisberger. Their socks full of batteries.
Yep.
That's what this game is going to be. Yep.
I always appreciate the divisional games for your division. So
yeah, they're always slugfest. That's why I'm not too high on it fantasy wise. The one dude I do think will just have, impervious to the bad game, I think will be Bell. He's coming into his own and starting that last end of season kind of they started throwing to him more, which wasn't really the case before the bye. A lot for Bell, so he's definitely getting more catches per game, which is very good to see. We spent the first pick on him, so
definitely, and I think Brown is a definite too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I threw that in there just because the Bengals are good at guarding Brown, but yeah, he'll be totally fine.
Right.
He's go off at any time. Juju might not play still. It's probably going to be game time, which sucks because it's Monday night. So have a backup plan. If you're one of those lucky people that I guess had Martavis Bryant, he'll be a play if Juju's out, but
so
it's tough.
Just a fun fact that I'm reading here is that he still only has 13% of the team's targets, even with having Martavis.
Oh, that's not too bad for being benched and shit.
13%.
I view it as a positive because he's been largely uninvolved and then benched. The whole saga.
I guess he could be 5%, but I mean,
it could be
might
worse.
have 5% of the Pittsburgh's receptions.
I agree with what you're saying, but I don't know. Also, the tough matchup. So I'm not sure. I just think if you have Juju, you better figure it out because if you want to play him, hopefully it's figured out before the weekend or whatnot. But it's tough. It's a tough call. I'm not sure what to do. And Jesse James, don't play Jesse James.
No,
not a play.
Don't play him.
Yes, I'm excited. Excited but worried.
I will be. I would be worried if I were you too, but it is a fun game to watch. The divisional games for them are always fun. So, yeah.
I am going to take the Bengals down.
I'm going to make your night and sweep it.
No fucking way. I like the trap game here, Don.
Let's make it 5 out of 19 primetime game starts for Andy Dalton.
Yeah. Let's make him sling, which is very unlikely. always rooting for good boy Andy. What a guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he's nice.
He's really nice.
Yeah,
just likes Jesus and football.
I'm sure he went to a Christian school.
Yeah, he's a thoroughbred. Well, I follow him on Instagram.
He's a thoroughbred.
Yeah, Jesus, football. Thoroughbred, dude.
Oh.
Also a great quarterback. Come on, Don.
I would say good quarterback.
Oh, here we go.
Is
he better than Alex Smith or no?
Oh, I would take Andy Dalton over Alex Smith.
Interesting. I feel like most would not. I might not.
I think that there's a better floor for Alex Smith, but there's not going to be game win potential with Alex Smith versus Andy Dalton. Just sling it, man.
Fair enough, Don. Well, we got
a way to shoot, man. Let Andy Dalton shoot.
Yeah, what a way to end the podcast, man. Just getting
Andy Dalton, Alex Smith,
so off topic about nothing.
Might as well talk about McCarron and Mahomes.
Hey, man, that's the battle of the future, possibly.
Yeah,
we don't know that.
If McCarron doesn't go to the fucking Cleveland Browns,
I think he might.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. He was talking to Hugh.
Hugh and
did you see that?
Mr. Who's the owner for
the Browns? I don't know. I know Mike Brown is the owner of the Bengals, but that doesn't help.
No, it's like the Farmers or whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
I forget. Yeah.
But they were like all just chatting him up, like, "Oh, we really wish we had you instead of Deshaun Kaiser because he shows."
I'm pretty sure he's going.
McCarron's like, "Yeah, me too," because I hate sitting behind Andy Dalton.
He's been all right. But holy shit, we should wrap this up. We could talk
about going, man.
Podcast. We made our mark, Don. We said 11:15. We finished at 11:15. This is an hour and 15-minute podcast. I would assume, maybe, with the breaks and whatnot. So we made it, guys. If not too long. Hopefully you stayed for the whole thing.
Hopefully way too long.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant.
So
when you merge them together, they're like 3 hours, so it's fine.
It's like Star Wars, like the 2-tape VHS type thing.
Yeah. Okay. I can deal with that.
I'm good with that.
2 hours, 45 minutes. That's not bad.
I mean, look at Star Wars, like 40 years later, and they're still going, man.
That's true. We'll keep going too, Don, for the listeners and for each other.
I like it. Return of the Jedi or the Voncast. It's like almost the same thing.
They're comparable in my eyes, so it doesn't matter to anybody else. But thank you guys for hanging in. We wish you good fortune in the wars to come. With the
those reviews, 5 stars only.
With the fantasy playoffs coming in, yeah, throw the reviews over to Don. Build his self-esteem. Break it down. Do what you will. If you talk ill of the Don, though, we will take it down because we're those.
We'll find a way.
We will hack that shit.
Yeah, we'll Google that or get Shrek to do it.
Probably Shrek. But yeah, thank you guys and enjoy your week 13. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time for the Week 13 recap, where we'll correct our mistakes, and hopefully we didn't burn you guys. But good luck.
Hopefully you didn't listen to any of us.
Yeah. Have a good week. Enjoy it all. Fantasy playoffs. Here we go. Later, guys.
This has been Let's Talk Fantasy Football. Thanks for listening.